Meow, 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 everybody, I'm Cantonese Cat. Hey everyone, Cantonese Cat here. My brain might be a little bit slow tonight because I'm sipping on wine early. It's been a big day, trying to decompress. I'm gonna go for clean spark anyway. Sparky. Somebody asked me about Sparky. I haven't updated this for a while, have I? What does it look like to you? Does it look like a bear flag or does it look like a bull flag? Looks like a bull flag like it did over here, right? I'm not using any fancy indicators over here at all. But it looks like a bull flag over here, right? Well, let's kind of zoom out a little bit. Are you worried that this bull flag over here is just like this bull flag over here? Ooh, that's a little bit worrisome, right? I'm going to tell you a couple of reasons why you shouldn't worry about that. First of all, I just made a video a couple of hours ago, available on YouTube, basically telling you why I don't think that Bitcoin is topped yet. I think Bitcoin still has some ways to go up. As a result, I think CleanSpark is going to end up making a lot of money if Bitcoin continues to go up. So I think this is more of just a consolidation before going higher. How long this consolidation happens, it's hard to say. I think we're getting pretty close to getting ready, to be completely honest with you. I would not be surprised if May is the month or June is the month before we really seriously push up. Okay. So that's one reason, because I think Bitcoin is going higher based on the other video. Please check out the other video. I basically just lay out like 10 reasons to for Bitcoin to continue to go higher that we haven't talked yet, right? Another reason why I don't think this top right here is this top right here. I think this is going to be a local top and go a lot higher, is because CleanSpark really only just became like a Bitcoin mining company around this big giant candle right here, like December 2020. If you think about it this way, like the price action before all that is not reflective of what the company is right now. If anything, this big giant green candle right here is almost equivalent to their IPO, because that's really when they truly became a miner, and any price action before that may be a little bit less relevant. So I don't really necessarily buy that we're here. I think that we're probably going to end up going a lot higher. I'm going to pull up some of the other indicators, okay? Black Hat, L3 Banker Fund Flow Trend Oscillator. This is supposed to tell you what the institutions are doing. It basically tells you whether or not there's inflow or outflow, right? So far, it's looking like there is still a lot of inflow. You know, there's not really a whole heck of a lot of outflow. The trend is still up. Well, what about the institutional data? Do you have any other institutional data to kind of show here? Yes, fintel.io, available free for Fintel site. You can see currently there's about 42.5% of institutional accumulation. You pull this chart out here, you can see that it's still going up. There is a little slight outflow for the month of May, just a little tiny tidbit. Somebody decided to take some profit. Kind of like it was over here, it just kind of went down a little bit, right? But overall, the trend is up. Maybe it's just kind of maybe forming a little bit of a higher low before potentially going up higher, right? So far, looking so good. If you look at the oscillator for the fund flow, looking like inflow is still intact. What other things you want to look at? Let's look at Bollinger Bands. Yeah, it closed last month underneath the Bollinger Band. As far as I'm concerned, what happened is that is trying to sustain a very sustainable bull trend. Is doing two candles up, way outside, push back down, back inside the Bollinger Band. Next month went way outside for 2 months, expanded the Bollinger Band up, allowing the price to go up even higher over time, but ended up having a very healthy pullback. So far, we have one candle close inside the Bollinger Band, and who knows what this candle is going to do, right? I mean, right now it's only May 9th. There's still the rest of the month. Who knows? Next thing you know, you can end up having like a God candle. Who knows, right? Or it can end up just consolidating sideways and have a God candle in June. Or it might just end up having consolidating sideways even more and have a God candle in July. I don't really care. 20-month moving average pointing up, Bollinger Band expanding. The bull flag right now is really finding support over here, this big giant volume shelf. And the volume is declining. It can show you that in 2 weeks. You can see that this is a consolidation. Volume's declining. It's just consolidating, right? Yeah, it's looking like pretty good right here. Let's pull up the Ichimoku cloud and see what we're seeing here. Trying to push into the Ichimoku cloud. I actually ended up closing inside Ichimoku cloud once, but that was a false breakout. I think so. You got rejected back in April. False breakout in March, right? What's happening in May? I'll do a little touch over here and I'll get rejected again. So how many months did we try to push above the cloud? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I think the cloud is going to get broken and get penetrated? Do I think it's going to end up having price going higher inside the cloud and potentially go a lot higher? Like usually once it goes inside the cloud, it can still kind of bounce around a little bit. It can potentially backtest some of this stuff. But usually the magnet's like maybe the top of the cloud. Now, is it the top of the cloud right here at 70? Is it going to be top of the cloud right here at the 30s? You just kind of push on the side, like just kind of go up like that. I don't know, right? I think it's going higher most likely. Bullish Tenkan Kijun cross over here back in January. Or actually more like February. This big giant green candle caused the cross, right? So you have a bullish cross over here. Tenkan's above Kijun, right? The conversion line is above the baseline. This is a bullish look. Price back tested the conversion line, the Tenkan back over around $14 in April. Found support. Squeeze between a resistance that's been pushing for quite some time and found support, a very, very strong support. For bull market, the Tenkan or the conversion line gets flipped from resistance to support, right? So far it's just basically gone way too far, way too fast, pushed against the cloud, got rejected, back tested the cloud, found support. Right now it looks like it's probably going to push above the cloud again. Is it going to be this month, next month, or the month after that? I don't know. Does it matter to me? Probably not. Do I think it's going to go all the way back down here and test some of the volume shoves down here? Possible, but, maybe unlikely. Let's take a look at a little bit of zoom in here. If you look at the 2-week and weekly clouds, I'm going to tell you so much. It's just basically how it's bullish. Broke above the cloud on very, very high volume. Right? You just kind of hang above the cloud. Is it going to back test the top of the cloud before going higher? We do not know one way or another. Right now, it's just kind of hanging outside. It doesn't have to do that. It found support right here at the Kijun, and so far it's finding support right here in the Tenkan on the 2-week chart as well. On the weekly chart, way above the cloud, right? Broke inside the cloud, bounce up, right? Didn't even bother back test the bottom of the cloud, and now it's just kind of floating in space, right? This is a very, very bullish look. Kind of like how this is a very, very bearish look. It's way above the cloud, way below the cloud, bull trend, bear trend, right? No question about it. Follow the trend. What about the moving averages? Let's put the moving averages here. 20, 50, 100. Why we got the moving averages over here on the weekly? I'm going to pull out the bull market support band here too. Bull market support band consists of the 20-week simple moving average and the 21-week exponential moving average. Forms a band. CleanSpark got supported by it. It's found pretty good support right here. And generally this is like a very, very bullish look because the bull market support band, just like a bear market, in a bear market, it's a bear market resistance band, right? In a bull market, it's a bull market support band, right? And you actually want to tap it as much as possible to push price up, because if it doesn't tap it enough, if next thing you know, price just kind of went way up like that without touching the band, then you might be worried about the potential bull trend getting exhausted, rather quickly, right? You're using a lot of engine fuel to really, try to burn all the bullish energy out, try to get you where you need to go. It's going to crash. Actually, I like the fact it's kind of taking systematic steps so far to try and push price higher. This is a good look. Again, there's no question 20 above 50 above 100 is a bull trend. Got very, very nice separation to all three of them are pointing up. Very nice, right? If you look at the daily chart, if you're one of those people who worry about gaps feeling filled, oh boy, you have gaps below. You better be worried. You better sell your CleanSpark stocks to me. There's a gap all the way down with like 10.5. Are you going to wait? You can. Could it hit back there? Possible, but there's a lot of support in between before you get down there. So I'm not so sure if it will. Again, we're at the very, very important support zone right here. If you look at it, it kind of looks like a diamond, doesn't it? You're one of those people who trade the diamond top formation or the diamond bottom formation. Typically, you think that a diamond could be signaling a reversal, except that if it was in the middle of a bull trend, then it doesn't, right? Actually, the success rate of diamond top and diamond bottom reversal pattern is not very high. You have to put it into other consideration too, with a strong volume shelf over here, with volume clearly stating that we're just consolidating, probably for getting ready for the next move. Most likely, this is going to end up being a diamond continuation pattern. You worry about head and shoulders? I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, I can show you plenty of time when head and shoulders didn't play out. I guess this one kind of did play out, right? Here's one that didn't play out. You got like two shoulder head right here, another shoulder right here, right? Shoulder, head, shoulder. Didn't go down, did it? Continuation. Head and shoulder continuation pattern. That's what generally happens. Here, you mean if you want to like look at this, like, oh, reverse cup and handle is going to go down. No, it doesn't work that way, right? You pull up the bull market support band. It's a bull market. Stop it. Going to pull out some other indicators here just to see whether or not there's anything to pay attention to on balance volume. Very interesting thing happened here. Let me see if also seen in the weekly time frame. No, not really. This is more in the daily time frame. Very interesting. Price went up, way up, and the unbalanced volume went way down. This is a very strong hidden bullish divergence. I think is probably the reason why price got pushed up like that. Do I think that this hidden bullish divergence has already played out? Maybe, but it looks like a pretty strong hidden bullish divergence. Let me look at the RSI and see what's going on with that, shall we? Initially, you see a very strong bearish divergence all the way from November to March and April. Price went up, RSI went down. This is a bearish divergence. Yeah, you're gonna have some cool down here. End up cooling down over here. RSI cooled down a lot. That's good news, right? That's good news. Are we having any kind of bullish divergence over here? Not really. I'm not really seeing anything clear over here. Let's look at the 2-day. I'm not really seeing anything convincing in terms of bullish divergence. But I'm also really not seeing any active bearish divergences anymore. I think it's just been consolidating sideways. It's probably getting ready to go up. Now, with that said, I think it's going to go up. I think it's going to be a diamond or a head and shoulder continuation pattern. You're going to think I'm crazy. I keep saying stuff like that. But most of the time it's continuation. You see this head and shoulder over here for NVIDIA? Yeah. It's this just happened a few months ago. Price push up and try and fight resistance before going up higher, right? So do I think that there's a potential for clean spark acting kind of like how NVIDIA acted a few months ago? You may end up pushing up and just kind of form additional flag before going up higher. Possible, right? But I am also seeing the potential of this consolidation being ending too. Again, I have to remind you, this is a bull market. This is a bull market. So don't be too cute about it. Let me draw some Fibonacci levels. I'm going to go back to the monthly here. I'm going to draw it, basically, I'm going to use this top right here because at that point, clean spark was a minor. I'm going to do the top right there to the bottom right there. I'm going to show you in terms of what's happening with the Fibonacci retracements and things like that. You're basically seeing some rejection from the 0.5. Also got rejected over here too, by the way. Try to find support. Initially I was hoping to just find support around the 0.382, but I went down a little bit because the volume show was a little bit lower. That's okay. But there are, some pretty key resistance levels above. I would imagine even if it breaks through the monthly Ichimoku cloud, which I think it will. If I have to guess what the next, like relative important resistance level might be, it might be 0.618, around 27 bucks. It might end up consolidating around there a little bit longer before going up. That's kind of my thought. Now, what happens if Bitcoin end up having a pretty significant correction? What are the downside risks they should pay attention to, right? Because you're never really sure whether or not Bitcoin could enter, more brutal type of correction before going up higher, even though it's a very, very strong bull market for Bitcoin. It's just kind of sometimes what Bitcoin does, depending on what the leverage situation is, depending on what the market makers want it to do, depending on what causes the maximum pain for everybody. It could potentially go down lower, right? So what are some of the support levels to watch out for? Well, obviously, the Tenkan and Kijun levels down here, 14 and 13.2. Those are some of the key levels. I just told you there's a daily gap down at like 10.5. Do I think it's going to end up pushing a little bit back down to this level here in back test at the 0.236 around like 11.5 level over here at back test? That's always a possibility too, right? Do I think any of that stuff has to happen? No. Earnings was today. It was pretty good. I'm just going to leave it as that. One more thing too, I do think that the Bollinger Band, well, it's looking a little bit busy over here. We can get rid of the Ichimoku cloud. I do think the upper Bollinger Band, which is currently at around 18.62, probably going to serve as a little bit of a magnet for the month of May, if not June. And in June, the Bollinger Band is going to expand even further. I think it may be getting ready to start running again. Do I think it's going to be super impulsive like that right off the bat? I don't know. But I think most likely we can get some kind of continuation happening soon as the Bollinger Band continues to expand. And again, I wonder whether or not 18.62 is going to be the magnet for the month of May, if the month of May end up being a bullish month. Look at how nice that 20-month moving average is pointing up. You just had a bear trend that reversed into a bull trend. That has only really happened for about 6 months. Kind of like Bitcoin, actually. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to my rant about CleanSpark technical analysis. Haven't done these for a while, but a lot of things, if you follow me enough, you already know what I'm looking for. But a lot of you may not chart yourselves, and you just kind of want to let other people to show you what's going on. It's still looking pretty good. Okay, don't worry about it. Well, or do. Actually, I cannot. This is not financial advice, but I'm in it. I'm not worried about it, so do what you will. Take care. Bye.